Buon pomeriggio. Welcome to Clelia's Cucina Italiana. Today we're going to be doing something that's a little different and a little known. We're going to do stuffed peppers. But what the difference is, we're going to be stuffing with this wonderful grain called farro, okay? This is a very ancient grain that used to be very popular in Rome years and years ago, but then they kind of stayed away from it because it was kind of hard to grow. But now, all of a sudden, we see farro everywhere, okay? In fine restaurants, in New York, in Boston. And I love it myself. I make it at least once or twice a week. You can make it as a side dish. It's a wonderful grain. You can use it in soups, you know, instead of pasta or rice. You can make it as a rice pilaf the same way. Or you can make it for stuffing like we're going to do today. Or like risotto. Have you got enough recipes? Okay, I just love this stuff. Even my grandchildren love it. They say, Nonna, why don't you make that stuff? Okay, so for these three peppers, we're going to be using about a cup, just like to make a little more. A cup and 2-3 tablespoons, a cup and a quarter maybe, just to make sure. Because, you know, peppers usually come in different sizes. Okay, so just to make sure, a cup and a quarter. Okay, you should always look through them in case there are little pieces of grains, a little pieces of pebbles. So, okay, so we looked this through already. And what we do, we also going to rinse it in cold water, okay? And this is the rest of it. I'm just going to put like a little bit more, all right? Like we'll say it's like a quarter of a cup or so. Okay, and the wonderful thing about this is that it really doesn't stick, like it stays nice and loose. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to rinse it in cold water. Okay, and shake it well. Drain it. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is cut a small onion or a half an onion, okay, with 2 tablespoons of oil and saute the onion. I like to do this instead, I mean, you can just boil it if you want to skip everything with a little bit of butter or a little bit of oil. But I think a little sauteed onion gives it a little more flavor to it. And it doesn't take long. Okay, so we're cutting the onion. Like so. You know, just chop it any way you would for anything, you know. Just make sure that it's nice and golden color, so, you know, it releases the flavor. Okay. That's getting nice. You can even add a little bit of butter. We splurge a little bit today. Like maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons of butter. Just to add some flavor. But like I said, if you're trying to watch your calories or you can't have butter, you can just use a little bit of olive oil and the onion. Or skip the onion completely, put a little bit of olive oil and saute the farro, and then add the chicken broth, or you can add even water. I've done it with water, and it's fine too. I mean, of course, you know, the flavor changes a little, but you can do it. It's still nice to cook. So, this is getting done. While this gets done, I want to tell you what goes into the stuffing, okay? The stuffing is going to be sauteed onion, 1 small onion with a little bit of oil, a little bit of butter, or whatever. You can change it around. Then to that, I'm going to add some very small, see how small this is? 1 celery stalk. Sauteed with the onion. And I also had 1 garlic clove, sliced very, very small. And this is like, if it's a big carrot, use a half. Otherwise, use a small carrot chopped very, very fine, like this. Okay? And that goes into the stuffing. So So far, we got onion, garlic, celery, and carrots. And we saute them with a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of butter. So we're going to put the farro in now and let it cook a little bit in the oil, okay? So here it goes. And just let it get, saute it a little bit so all the grains get a nice butter and oil. Toast them a little bit like this. And I also, I don't know, I guess I did not mention, you put like 1 cup of farro and maybe 2 cups of liquid, two and a half, Just gauge it. Like if it looks a little bit too dry, add a little bit more. But usually it's 1 to 2. All right? And this, when it's cooked, it should really look like a risotto. It should be, the liquid should be absorbed, okay? Okay, so we are at this stage now. So we add 2 cups of chicken broth, or like I said, you can also use water. Okay, the oven reached the temperature. Okay, so what we do with this, when this comes, we put a cover on. We leave it on high because we want it to boil. When this comes to a boil, we'll turn it down to medium-low, okay? So it will cook nice and slow, all right? So at this point, I'm just going to put it on the side and show you what the finished product should look like. See, this is what it should look like. See, all the water is absorbed. Can you see this? But I'll put it in the bowl and you'll be able to see when we do the stuffing. All right? Okay, so that's that. That's doing good. We can shut that off and put it on this side so it's easier for you to see. So this is it. I'm going to stir it up nice like this and add some grated provolone cheese. Now, if you want to put any other Romano, Parmesan, whatever you want, but I happen to have provolone, so I figured, why not do that? So it's still cheese. So we grate some, I don't know, 1/4 cup, whatever you want. It's your stuffing, okay? I'm just giving you my ideas and you can do whatever you want at your house. How's that? Okay, so we grated about 2-3 tablespoons, I would say. And you mix it in. See, this is almost like a little risotto now. This is great to eat just now, the way it is. Okay? So I'm going to put it in here so you can see what I'm going to do. Oh, so delicious. I really love this stuff. And it's not only good, it's good for you. Grains are supposed to be good for us. Okay, so we're done with that. Now, with this onion and celery and carrots, they're all done. So we add that in. Okay, this was onion, a little bit of garlic, 1 clove, about 1 stalk of celery, small, nothing too big, and the 1 small carrot, or if it's a good size, you use a 1/2 carrot, chopped very small. Okay, so we mix that in, and we're not done yet. Now, doesn't it smells so good? I wish you were here. Really does. Okay, so then to that, we're going to add some chopped, maybe 1/4 cup or a 1/2 cup of provolone cheese. Or if you prefer another cheese, you can put another cheese. You know what? I'm going to put a little bit more. Just chop it up in small pieces. So I would say maybe 1/2 cup, okay? Or even a cup if you want. Whatever. Now, another thing I'm thinking, just as I'm doing this now, I will probably next time put some gorgonzola, because I love gorgonzola. Okay, grate some Romano in it, or Parmesan, and then you can add some gorgonzola if you like. All right, so we have the provolone. Now to that I'm gonna add some sun-dried tomatoes in oil, but I drained the oil, okay? So you can add maybe half a cup. I'm gonna leave this for decoration. Okay, these are so good. And then maybe 3 tablespoons of chopped capers. Okay? And then these are some nice olives that are with the hot pepper. They come prepared like that at an olive bar. You can find them. And they're black and green mixed. And so you can chop them up and mix this in too. Maybe about, this is like 1/3 of a cup maybe, I would say. And then I roasted these pignoli, pine nuts, just to have a little crunch in it. What you do to roast them, you just put them in a frying pan or a small pan, and just put the fire on a little bit, like medium, and just shake them back and forth until they get like a little golden color. And it really enhances the flavor, okay? So I'm gonna put about maybe, let's say, 2-3 tablespoons. I'm just gonna leave some for decoration. Say 3 tablespoons, or as much as you want, you know? Now, doesn't this look delicious already? You can eat this just the way it is. You can use this stuffing for Turkey Day, for Thanksgiving. This will make a good stuffing, no kidding. I just thought of that. Maybe I'll do this stuffing for my turkey this year. Okay, this looks good. Okay, now we have the peppers here. We have 3 peppers, all different colors. And I didn't put a green one, I really don't like green peppers too much. But you can put a green one if you want also. Okay? What's cute about this that I made is I'm going to cut the top like this. This is just like a little added thing that I did. Take that off. Cut out all the seeds. And save this. Don't throw it away, because I'm going to show you what I do with it. Make sure all the seeds are out. And all this white pith, whatever you call it. Okay? Put a little bit of just a little bit of salt and a little pepper. Okay, and do the same with the other 2. So, we got the 3 peppers. What I'm going to do is stuff them with this wonderful stuffing here. And I think we have enough here. And if you have too much, just put it in the refrigerator and have the next night for a side dish. I'd rather have more than not enough. You know, if you don't have enough, then you're stuck with the pepper with nothing to put in it. Okay, and I like to overstuff my stuff like that. Okay, so we got 1. And I don't know if I mentioned it, you put it in a 400 oven, uncovered, for about 25 to 30 minutes. Now, you don't want to cook them too long. You want them to be a little crunchy. Otherwise, what they're going to do, they're going to shrivel up and they won't stand to look nice, you know? So here we are. Don't they look nice? This one here. If they don't stand up on their own, what I'm going to do, cut them a little bit. Not to get the bottom, just to stand. There. See? Not to make a hole though underneath, just cut a little bit. Okay, so those are done. So another little trick that I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit of oil on top of this so they get nice and shiny and they won't shrivel up as much. And I'm gonna cook this too, because when we get through, I'll show you the finished product, what I did with it. Oops. And a little of this will be good even for the outside. You want to put on your hands a little oil, just massage them a little bit. Okay, so we are all done and they're ready as soon as I wash my hands. They're ready to go in the oven for 25-30 minutes. I'd say 30 minutes, uncovered. All right, and here we go. 400 for 30 minutes. Ta-da! Here's the finished product. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to serve it like this, and I'm going to give it a little hat. That's what for. See? Like that. Think I'm crazy, huh? But look how cute it looks. Beautiful. What a work of art. Don't you think it looks beautiful? I love my stuff, don't I? Crazy lady. Okay, here is my stuffed peppers with farro. Now, you're going to go out to the store and stuff, buy farro and do whatever I told you to do? Okay, here we go. Delicious. And I wouldn't dare cut one of these because they look too nice. One thing I'm going to do, you can put a little bit, just a little bit of oil before you serve it. And just to tell you, what you can do with the stuffed peppers. I mean, it's endless what you can do with it. You can do it this way, like I did with farro. You can stuff it with risotto, or plain brown rice. You can stuff it with orzo pasta, mixed with things. You can stuff it with, the best is with sausages and breadcrumb, or sausages and broccoli wrap is my favorite. This is just, it's endless. This is great for people that are vegetarians because it's no meat in that, and they're very, very nutritious. There's everything you need in that. One of those is plenty for a whole, for a main course, really. You can have a little salad on the side if you want, or a half of that to serve for luncheon with the salad. It's a side dish. So what can I tell you? You can do so much. It's up to you to just keep thinking of all things you can add. Until next time, this is Clelia. Buon appetito with all my advices. Arrivederci alla prossima volta. Now, try this because these are really delicious. Ciao!